wonderful day. Welcome to drbboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I wanted to sort of jump in here and talk to you guys about some really crazy stuff that's been going on. Oklo stock has just been unbelievable and extraordinary. I'm super excited, super proud of the fact that we have been talking about Oklo for a really long time. And this stock is one that I mentioned to you guys back before it hit $10 a share. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down Oklo in terms of what's going on right now and also all the money that you guys have been making. Because I can tell you this is a very big deal. It's kind of exciting because I love seeing you all make money, and I know how much money you guys are making on this stock. And then also what I'll do is I'll mention some stocks that I'm looking at right now that I just made some investments in that you can feel free to take a look at. I am not here to give you investing advice, though. I don't do that. But I am here to share with you some ways to kind of look at things. Do me a favor as you come in, please hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And also let's just jump right in and talk about some of what's been going on here. Okay. So yeah, so this stock Oklo is going crazy. It's higher than I thought it would ever be. You know, when it was at $8, I was hoping it might get to 16 or 17, maybe 20 or 30 if we were really lucky. But it's actually done far more than that. Instead of going to 10, 15, 20, or 30, it's actually at 130. And I'm going to give you guys the chart in a minute and show you all what's been happening with this stock, and it's going to kind of blow your mind. And a lot of you may already know because you probably own it. A lot of you probably own this stock because I've been talking about it for a while. And so here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just share my screen really quick and let you guys see what I see here. So this stock, let's see, here we go. So here is Oklo stock. 135 is much higher than I ever thought this thing could get to. I really didn't think it was going to get to 135 for like 2 or 3 years. It got there in a month. I don't know what's happening right now. It's kind of wild. It's up 1,945% this year. And so literally this stock, we remember we were talking about this stock when it was $8. Now it's 135. The last 5 days, it's gone up 59%. Today alone, it went up 28%. So yesterday was a blockbuster day, and today was an even bigger blockbuster day. So if you want to know what's going on, basically the UK and the US made some basically a nuclear deal, and this nuclear deal it didn't even affect Oklo directly. That's the crazy part. It literally just thrust optimism across the industry. Like this is just industry-wide optimism, which is kind of crazy that um, this is having such a big impact on the stock. And but really it's a warning sign. It's actually a red flag. So I keep telling you all this, and you're eventually going to stop believing me when I try to warn you that stocks like this can crash. But until then, let's enjoy the party, man. I mean, I've made I don't know how many tens of thousands of dollars I made on the stock, and I know a lot of you have made a lot of money on the stock. In fact, let me know if you actually took a look at it because it's been going up a lot. And so the last month it's up over 100%. Last 6 months, 382%. Year to date, 518%. Over the last year, 1,945%. Last 5 years, 1,245%. So here's the thing about Oklo that you want to just sort of understand. There are red flags, like my friend Karma J, the singer. She has a song called Red Flags. And one of the red flags with Oklo that you want to keep in mind is that this stock is it's not even they're not even revenue positive yet. They're not even making any money yet. Forget profitability. They're not even making a profit yet. So a lot of the reason for Oklo's rise is just speculation. And I'll say this. If you look at the bull and bear case for Oklo, I was also a little bit speculative on the stop because Sam Altman, who runs OpenAI, was involved, and I just again my whole theory is right now you just follow the Trump, and so whatever Trump gets involved with, tends to do quite well, just because just kind of how the government operates apparently. It wasn't always like that, but that's what you're seeing right now. And some of you may own Intel, and you saw Intel had a big jump this week. And what I remember thinking when I saw that the government took a stake in Intel's, I bought Intel immediately. And then later on, They made a deal with Nvidia, which surprise, surprise, I'm willing to bet you, and there it is on the screen. You can see it has that big jump right there. Surprise, surprise, Nvidia comes along and says, guess what? We're going to invest $5 billion into Intel. Okay, okay, cool. I mean, I expect that. I feel like Jensen Huang is Donald Trump's bitch. I feel like he's gonna do what Trump asked him to do. Now, the next thing that they have to do for Intel is get them customers, and that's what's going to be important. Intel's not out of the woods yet. They got a lot of work to do, and I'd be willing to bet you that behind the scenes they're working to get customers for Intel. And as soon as a big player comes along and co-signs on Intel, you're I'm not predicting. I don't predict stocks. I told you, you guys know this, right? And this is not investing advice, but I can definitely tell you that one day I'm hoping that I'm logging in to tell you that, yeah, that deal we talked about with Intel, where someone was going to go buy their product, that deal just happened and the stock price jumped again. So basically, after the Nvidia deal happened, I remember thinking, okay, this made me a lot of money, but I believe that there's going to be another deal coming down the pike, and because they know that Nvidia is not fixed yet, and so they started the job. I believe they're going to finish it, and I'm looking here at my shares on Intel. I think I'm going to buy some more actually. I'm not telling you to buy Intel. I'm just telling you what I'm doing in case it helps you in terms of making your decisions on investing. But I can just say this too. Those of you, you've heard me say this before. I want to just reiterate this. If you're not involved in the market, I encourage you to try to figure out like why what's stopping you, like what's keeping you away from the stock market, which is the greatest wealth builder in history. That's what I wrote my dissertation on, so this is my thing, because this is where the money is, right? So I would encourage you, if you're not investing, to get started. We have something in the Black Business School called the 5-year pledge. The 5-year pledge is where I'm asking everybody to pledge to themselves that for the next 5 years you're going to add another bill to your budget, and instead of paying just your car note, just your cell phone bill, and just your rent, add another bill. That bill should be your future. So if your car note's $500, then match the $500 with $500 worth of investing, because there's no bill you're ever going to pay that's more important than your financial future. So if you want to join the pledge, what I can do is I have a training that I did on exchange traded funds that to get you started. Just text the word pledge to the phone number 87948. And if you text pledge to the phone number 87948, I will send you that training on exchange traded funds. Now let's dig a little deeper on Oklo. So here is the bull case. Basically, there's a need for clean energy largely due to AI. AI is kind of pushing this need for energy that isn't being discussed very much, but there's going to be an energy shortage. In fact, when I saw the energy shortage, I bought shares of an ETF in uranium. Uranium is what is used to make nuclear energy, and so it's the ticker symbol's URA, and that investment's done pretty well. I think that one's gone up this year to date, up about 75%. And the reason it's gone up so much is largely because the market acknowledges that there's a shortage of uranium, or there's an expected shortage and a higher demand for uranium, largely due to AI. And so basically, connected to this shortage of uranium is this sort of resurgence of nuclear energy. Nuclear energy is kind of the thing now, and because you need uranium to do that. And so basically, nuclear right now is being viewed as a big solution for reliable power that's around the clock. Solar, wind, it also there those are intermittent, but nuclear is kind of the big thing. They're building these small modular reactors out there that are supposed to get the nuclear power needed to sort of fuel AI going forward. Another energy company I bought shares in. I'm not telling you to do it, but I'll tell you what I got. It's the ticker symbol's METC, METC. And METC is Ramaco Resources Incorporated. Now they're out of Lexington, Kentucky, where I went to college, and they actually do coal. And it's kind of strange to expect that coal would be a part of this, but it almost seems like they're just trying to get energy from any and everywhere that they can. So if you look right here, you can see where Ramaco has actually done pretty well up until this point. It's gone up 184% in year to date. The last year it's gone up 197%. I did not own it during the swing upward. I just bought it lately, and also I sell stock options on those shares. That's my plan. And so, if you don't know how to sell stock options, we do stock options class on Monday. If you go to drboyceprime.com, you can feel free to join us in class. Dr. Boyce Prime. Prime stands for Passive Recurring Income Machine, and it's basically a way to make money without working. It's pretty cool. So I plan to sell options on it, but also to hold the stock because I believe that there's upside to that. Also, strong institutional and government support. So right now, getting government support in the United States appears to be the driver of economic activity. So Sam Altman has government support. Oklo stock goes up, 300% in 2 or 3 months or whatever it's been. It was $8 a few months ago. Now it's $135. That's all because of the connection to Trump, in my opinion, and the solving of an important problem. There's another company, Orbs, ORBS, that makes that wants to house these world coins that Sam Altman is releasing or putting out to the public to identify the difference between a human and an AI. And so I bought some shares of that. Also, Larry Ellis with Oracle. We barely missed Oracle. Oracle had a big jump. I think Larry Ellison made something like $100 billion in a day. And again, this is all due to his relationship with Trump, in my opinion. And he also, if you remember, he and Sam Altman got together and they did a press conference with Trump announcing Stargate. Stargate was this massive data center project that they're doing. And so now Oracle is big. Larry Ellison is the man apparently. And again, it all circles back to the connection to Trump. I was a little bit upset about Oracle because we debated Oracle in class. In the mastermind, one of the students asked me about it, and we spent a lot of time talking about Oracle, going through it, analyzing it. And I just chose not to buy it because I had other stuff to do with my money. But I was 50-50 on it, and I wish I had chosen the other 50. I chose the wrong 50. I missed it, and the thing went up 40% the next day. I mean, just money kind of raining everywhere. But yeah, so I think that connection with Trump is kind of a key variable in a company's activities. I think he likes for his companies and his friends to win. But basically, here's another thing too. With Oklo, one other benefit in the bull case is that apparently they don't just sell hardware like the nuclear reactors. They actually sell electricity under long-term contracts, sort of like a utility, et cetera. So that gives them recurring revenue. They also have something based on fuel recycling and they use advanced fuels to help with the cost, so it's more efficient. They have a tech edge. They have a great design for their fast reactor, cooled by liquid metal. Don't know nothing about that. Only thing I know about nuclear plants is that we have a lot of them in Illinois. And when I was getting my pilot's license and I was training to fly, I had to use the nuclear power plants on my map. Like when you're up in the sky, it's easy to get lost, and you don't want to get lost because you can run out of fuel. So when I took my trip, I had to map where the nuclear power plants were, and they helped because they would just be these gigantic things and these big pools of water. I guess that's to cool everything or something. And but anyway. I don't know anything about this industry. I just know that there's a shortage. And also, right now, the government supports nuclear energy. If ever an administration were to take power that did not support nuclear energy, that could be a problem. Now, the bear case for Oklo, the reason you should be worried, even as you're making all your money, give me a guess, by the way, if you're making money from Oklo. Let me know how many of you own the stock. I know a lot of you do because I know you have to because I've been talking about it so much. So let me know if you own it and how it's going for you. I just cannot imagine you not making money right now. Like I literally bet if I took all of your incomes right now, a lot of you would tell me that you're making money. That makes me really ecstatic. So first off, there's the execution risk. When a company is pre-revenue, that means, I mean, they haven't even opened a commercial nuclear plant yet. So all their projects, if they run into delays on these projects, and with nuclear power plants, you can hit delays pretty readily. That can be a big problem. Also, they have nuclear regulation can be really slow, and so Oklo's had a lot of its license applications denied already because information was missing. And so there's a lot of steps to getting a nuclear power plant, um, to get a nuclear power plant passed, right? Or accepted, or what's the word? You know what I mean? Like past the regulatory scrutiny. I can't find the right words. It's a Friday night, so forgive me. I'm gonna sound like a drunk man apparently. Okay, somebody says they're up 400%. That's great to hear. I love that. I love it. Who else? How much? Okay, let's see. Charlie Cherry. Oh, you're up 400%. Good for you. Wow, I love that. Okay, so this is great. I love seeing this. All right, so let's keep going. All right, so here's a few other things to look out for. In addition to that, there are some technical risks. Apparently, they use something called high assay, low enriched uranium and recycled fuel, which have constraints in the supply chain, so they can't get what they need. That could be a problem. Another type of risk, financial risk. So to build nuclear reactors, there's a lot of capital required. So Oklo is going to need a large amount of money for financing, likely equity, debt, or government subsidies. If funding is delayed or they get bad terms, profitability could be compromised. And they're getting competition. There are lots of other SMR companies, renewable battery storage companies, etc. And if they can't scale competitively, that could be a problem. And then also, right now, the market is super enthusiastic about this stock. So there's really a risk of incorrectly valuing the stock, overvaluation. Right now, this market's in the middle of irrational exuberance, and that sort of ebbs and flows based on the stock. Right now, the market is very excited about Oklo stock. Like they're super excited, and when that happens, you run the risk of a disappointment. It's just like in life. When it just starts, if your cousin starts dating somebody and they fall in love and they're super excited about that girl, if something goes wrong, your cousin's going to be depressed for the next 3 months, right? So basically, this market is pretty ecstatic. I have sold a lot of deep out of the money call options on Oklo. If the price pulls back a little bit, I'll buy some of those options back maybe. But for the most part, I took sort of a balanced approach. I don't believe in fairy tales, even if they come true, because even if they come true, they may be temporary. So never forget that Cinderella can always turn back into a pumpkin. So the stock that is a masterpiece and a superstar right now could be a loser, a dwarf, and a dog next year. So don't get caught up in what the stock has done as an indicator of future performance. If you want my opinion as to whether the stock is overvalued, I'm going to say it probably is. So perhaps selling some call options might protect you. Buying some put options might protect you. Just positioning yourself and sort of preparing to possibly be disappointed is a good way to kind of keep it safe. Because 135 is a shocker to me. If you told me 2 weeks ago that it was going to hit 135, I wouldn't have believed you. That's a ridiculously high price movement. But hey, since it's my friends are making money, you're my friends. I that makes me really happy. So be really careful about that as you move forward. All right. So one more thing I want to mention is next Tuesday. I know I talked to a woman in our one of our mastermind sessions, and she told me that she was struggling with investing because she has this anxiety and she's kind of afraid to um, to make her move. So what I did was I called in my wife, who's a licensed therapist and a full professor of social work, and she's certified in trauma. And so what she's going to do is she's going to do a healing training on Tuesday, so you can heal financially, so you can go ahead and make the moves you have to make, so you can accept the risk and know that the stock market is going to have ups and downs. But if you hold the course, that's how you build the wealth. So she's going to do that Tuesday at noon in the Stock Market Investors Club. If you want to do a free trial in the club, you can look up, you can go to drboycestockmarket.com. That's drboycestockmarket.com, and you can join us on Tuesday. And we have some other things coming up as well. And then, of course, we have things for your kids, financial flashcards and workbooks for children. So if you go to financialflashcards.com, we've got flashcards for crypto, flashcards for stock options, flashcards for stock market investing, stock flashcards for real estate. So feel free to go to financialflashcards.com. Now Oliver's asking me about HUT, Oklo, and INQ. IONQ, I think I own all of those. I just bought a big position in HUT. HUT's gone up a lot too. I think HUT's up maybe 50, 60% in the last couple months. What would be a good dead cat bounce price? That's a good question, Shamir. I would say that it depends on how you feel. I mean, there is no definably clear dead cat bounce price. It's really how you feel about sort of your long-term thesis. So I have a long-term thesis that nuclear power is going to be there's going to be a shortage, and that I want to be involved, and I'm willing to ride along and deal with whatever comes with it. So that means that if there are stocks that fit my thesis, then if those prices go down, I dollar cost average. I buy more when the price goes down. That was how my cannabis investment turned from extremely negative to positive, because as the price went down, I just kept bouncing. I kept buying because my thesis held true. And so now that loss became a gain, because it drops all the way from 20 something dollars a share down to $1.50. Then it goes up, it doubles. It goes to 3.50, $4 a share. And I made a ton of money off that. So the money I made up for the money I lost when I overpaid for it. Do you understand? So a dead cat bounce, Kamita, is when like you take a cat and it's kind of gruesome, but you take a cat, you throw it off the roof, and hits the ground and bounces. That's where that I didn't make that up. That because I wouldn't hurt a cat. But anyway, but you get the point. That's what a dead cat bounce represents. Okay, so yeah, so it's a really exciting time, and I wanted to just chime in and give you guys an update on what's going on. I'm super excited. There's so much money that was made today. I think today might have been my best day on my portfolio all year, and today this has been a great year. So when the time is great, don't forget that's when you prepare for the next step. You got to prepare for the next down cycle because at some point things are going to go down. One little other side note is Ethereum. I have a good feeling about Ethereum, so I'm going to go buy some more Ethereum. Tom Lee from Fundstrat just said some things that got my attention, so I'm going to take a look at that. All right. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Make sure if you want to join us for class tomorrow, text the word morning to the number 87948, and that's where I send the reminders for class. So text morning on your phone to 87948, or you can also go to drboyceelevate.com if you live overseas, and you can join us in the morning. We have a party every morning. It's a financial party, and we talk about whatever's going on, whether that's Dame Dash's bankruptcy or he owes me money. By the way, I never said that, but he does. I invested in one of his movies, and it didn't. He sold the movie, and I didn't get any money from that. But I never sued because I don't get into that type of. I wanted to move on. I don't want to fight nobody like that. But or whatever, right? And there's always financial lessons everywhere. And I personally think that financial literacy needs to be just not even something that we consciously choose to do. It should just be something that just comes with being black. Wealthy is the new black. Intelligence is the new black. Investing is the new black. So let's go out here and be black. And being black means being wealthy. Being black don't never mean being broke. So you ain't supposed to be broke. You go out here and get this money. You hear me? Give me a yes if you agree. Give me a yes. We're gonna go get paid. Give me a yes. We're gonna go build wealth for the kids. Your baby ain't got time for you to be whining about how bad the white man's treating you. You got to go handle your business. Can I get an amen on that? Can do you agree with me? All right. So everybody have a great day. Thank you for listening. Please hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, share, subscribe, and also I do have a podcast on Spotify. It's called the Dr. Boyce Break.